I'm Shawn Maximo. I am an artist and also an architect. Actually trained in architecture, but now I work predominantly in 3D media and also sculpture and installation. So this is a factory floor that could be in the near future or in the far future. It's where they produce green technology, so windmills, solar panels. This is kind of an abstraction of some sort of futuristic Tesla coil, some kind of energy producing device. And initially, the idea was to create what a factory could be producing these progressive technologies that I think, automatically assume are positive, and something that we should be kind of working more toward. And what I wanted to, play with a little bit is thinking, what is the human element in this environment? And so, obviously there's always multiple interpretations for what that would be. But the starting point was to really think of, if there's a space that humans aren't really needed except for maybe cleaning or, things that might be more expensive to hire a robot to do actually, what that space would look like. So, you kind of see here, I'm proposing this might be where the person sleeps because they probably live here 24/7. This is where they cook their meals. This is kind of their entertainment area where they entertain themselves, pleasure themselves. This is where they sit. It's not very comfortable, and then this is kind of where they take care of more basic, human functions. So I guess it's kind of grim, but it's also presented in this really, I would say beautiful way with this really inspirational or aspirational landscape behind you. Some people have seen this more as a question of whether the human element is even present at all. And other people have talked about maybe this being almost like a temporary squat. So all of the kind of human elements that you see in the bottom are indicating that there might be someone squatting there. They're not necessarily working there, they're just kind of occupying the space amongst the robots, so they don't if the robots are totally unmanned and there's no surveillance, you could imagine a whole colony of people occupying this space, side by side with the robots and never really interacting, but coexisting in, kind of a minimal way. I guess almost like a Mad Max sort of reading. If you have this really like renegade population that coexists with the robots and kind of eke out their existence, alongside them. Which I thought was really interesting because it totally could read that way as well. So I think there's like a question there of whether this is positive or negative, but I tried to really render it in this ambiguous way.